Moving on to Sun Chips, what kind of image do you have, or what kind of personality would you put with Sun Chips?
Mid-50s. They like to hike.
Or
garden.
Or they like to say that they hike and garden, but really they're a closet junk food eater. But really they act like, oh, I eat like granola bars and
seems
all
like
natural.
Someone who says they're healthy would eat like
Yeah.
They like
But they're not
their
actually
chips,
healthy.
but they're
though.
like
chips.
Even though they're not really
I don't know their nutrition facts.
sort of healthy-ish.
Take a look on the bag if you want.
It's really far away.
So like, if it's, go for it.
I mean,
You
they
guys
have
can
this
keep
whole
eating
like,
chips, you can hop
they
up and
have
grab
this whole
some.
like all natural thing on the side, like that whole.
I got
Yeah, take a look, pass the bags around, grab some more chips. So,
That's pretty.
yeah.
It's not.
If you guys,
Another big
feel free to
Doritos.
compare them.
Really?
It's just because of the flavor in there.
So the Sun Chip, like Dorito, if the Sun Chip was a person, what would a Sun Chip be? What would they do? Would they like 3 times, or what would they be up to?
I feel like they'd be a health nut. And it's just like,
Yeah, they like to go hiking a lot too.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about freaking chips right now. We're not talking about.
I know, but
like
compare them.
Brand,
who
brand
say they're
personality.
But compare them to,
No,
you know, like Lay's, the old Lay's, not the big ones. It's like old Reigns, probably big, like nice packaging.
I kind of feel like big Lay's are like want to be healthy. Like I don't know, Lay's to me means a certain kind of chip that isn't healthy, and they're big, yeah, but I don't know. For me, it's a bit of a competition because the image I associate with the brand Lay's is not healthy at all.
I don't think they're trying to say it's healthy. They're saying it's less bad for you.
Yeah.
On
Yeah, so same with Lay's, y'all are going for it. What do you, like, what's your image? Like, you just kind of started off, but, like, what image you have, like, what personality you see, like, Lay's is having? The baked Lay's, especially.
I feel like that's more general chips. So you can't really put an image to that one as easily.
Yeah, I feel like you never really like. I feel like Lay's is not as big of an advertising campaign as especially Doritos, and I don't know about Sun Chips, but I feel like I've just seen more Sun Chips than Lay's. Even though Lay's is like the most old school of chip brands, I feel like it was like wasn't it like the guy who started Lay's was the guy who accidentally invented the potato chip or whatever. I don't know, it's just some sort of remember hearing at some point, but. I don't know, and they're probably my favorite chip, or Lay's, but I feel like you don't see much advertising. I just kind of see them as like the king of chips.
Pretty good. So what do you guys like about chips? Like, what are some of the things you look for in a chip? Like, what do you enjoy about a chip?
The flavor.
texture.
Crunchiness.
Yeah,
Really
crunchiness also.
I want to see how thick it is, how substantial each individual chip is.
How many chips are in a bag?
How, if they leave my hands messy or not.
Yeah.
Good. What kind of things do you guys dislike about chips? Any particular chip?
Messy they are.
Mhm.
If you take a
Serving
bite,
size
they
is
crumble.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I can just eat I'll keep eating them and you don't know when to stop because the bag is just aren't as really packaged.
Mhm.
And I hate the small bags of chips. They just make me so mad because you're just so every time I eat chips, I'm just it's as I'm doing something, I'm just kind of munching and I end up eating so many. And with a little bag of chips, defeats the purpose of a chip because a chip is a food that you would eat when you're not doing anything really, but when you're not focusing on eating, and because it's so easy to eat. But then we have these little bags. It's just why would you do that? It doesn't accompany a meal very well at all. So I don't know.
That's good. What would have to change about each, let's say Doritos. So people that diehard Doritos, people don't like Doritos so much. What would have to change about Doritos if you'd eat more of them? Even if you do eat them, a lot of you guys said you don't eat them chips a lot. What would have to change about it if you eat more? Just price thing, more chips in the bag,
In that bag.
Messiness.
Yeah, I think that's
I think that's probably more.
I mean, sometimes it's just the little dust in your fingers and then just pick it off.
But you can't just lick it off because it gets encrusted on your fingers so much.
No.
And you're like,
Yeah,
use your teeth
yeah,
to
yeah.
like,
Yeah, and then your fingers.
And then it's like you got that-
Easy.
That's
Especially,
really
like,
hard.
What do you do when
and,
you're
like,
like 2 in the morning when no one's paying attention?
it's the only time you can eat Doritos then? Oh shit, it's not 2 yet. God, I want to like Doritos. I don't know, it's like,
No, I think you both have which might mean. He's not saying you have to too, but it's definitely the main time he likes to get his Doritos. So, how about anyone else have anything at Doritos? Like, what would have to change if you eat more?
They're cheaper.
Cheaper price?
cheaper?
Do you know how much do you think big costs?
$4.29.
Wow, look at you. Look at you. How much do you think, what would be like your price point for it to be like reasonable?
It's like $2.50, $3.
For a bag that too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really.
I mean, if you think about how many chips are actually in the bag. Bag's yay big, but there's only
Yeah,
that much in it.
yeah, it's true.
And chips don't stack neatly. There's a ton of air in it. It's not.
How much is that little bag? Because
Like 150?
so that's
Yeah.
150. Then
Like
you're
what? It depends where you buy it.
Yeah.
Like what's in the bag, like,
That wouldn't
Like an
pay more than
individual,
$1
like
you're
for
at
a small
Subway.
bag of chips.
Like,
Yeah.
one of the Subway bags.
Like a vending machines. I don't know about like Subway or something.
So when you guys eat chips, do you usually eat them like out of the big bags, or do you usually like get the little bags? Or like, is it a difference? Like if you're buying chips for yourself versus like eating them at a party, like how you buy them, or
If you're at like
Yeah.
a Subway, you get like the individual bags. But like if you're at a party or just like have them around your house, you eat them out of like the big bag.
Gross and stale Dorito. It's the nastiest thing.
okay, make sure you just roll them up tight. But what about the sun chips? What would have to change about those in order for you to want to eat more of those?
more flavor.
Not the Harvest cheddar.
Anything else about sun chips?
Also, can I just point? I think it's really funny that one is nacho cheese and the other is Harvest cheddar, even though they're like the same like technical flavor, really, but just to show like the difference between the marketing, like Harvest cheddar, like check us out or hot shit, and then like nacho cheese, like how many stoners can we get to buy this bag of chips? Like I don't know, just like totally different focus.
What are those? Yeah, anyone else want to comment like what those words like mean to them? Like what nacho cheese means to them, or like a harvest means to them?
Like harvest sounds like fresh. Like this is a product, right off the farm. Harvest is like, no, it's not.
Grains
Cheese.
So-
Yeah, cheese. You don't harvest.
I know.
How about nacho? What do you think about nacho cheese?
People
Hey,
who
so
watch way
where's
too many
it?
movies.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more honest as far as the title goes, I guess.
So for you guys, what is the largest factor involved when you go to actually purchase chips? So not just like when you're at a party, but like when you go to buy a pair of chips. When you go to buy a bag of chips. What's like the largest factor? So if you talk about price, like taste, like brand, like what's like for you like the largest factor and why?
Let's say health.
Yeah.
It's like I'll like see like there's really like I know there's some foods where I'll be like I don't care if that's unhealthy, I will eat that like in a second. But like with chips, it's not really I'm never really craving them that much. I don't really like them enough to be like that's worth like putting some like really unhealthy stuff in my body. So
Yeah, I've never bought a chip that's worth like paying for it if it's not.
yeah, it's
It's
like
not
really good. It's like
It's not
no
good enough.
chips are like that good except like Tim's, like the. Oh, I guess that's a West Coast thing. Do you guys have Tim's potato chips?
No.
No.
Kid Cop.
Is it
Kid
all?
And Miss
I don't know.
Vicky's.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's those.
Miss
I don't
Vicky's
know what that is.
jalapenos.
Those are so good. Like those, I will buy. Like those are. Yeah, those are
Where about what's about those chips? They're like
They're just
making it
everything.
You just,
I went to the
they,
Cape
like,
Cod
they
factory.
taste so
Yeah.
good.
They taste good.
For
Also,
the-
like
for the
I only eat
2 foot walk.
chips that are like really crunchy
dig
and
it?
thick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're
It was
just
terrible.
like so
We had
thick,
nothing
so
else to do with
crunchy,
it.
like the perfect
Yeah,
amount of
I know they're
flavoring.
amazing.
So it's not like
Maybe
spicy,
They look like
but it's
that.
still like
That's
heat.
so
And it's like, and it's also because they're like I don't know. I feel it's because it's not like they're like the big brands and like their like packaging is more unique and.